Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Najwa Harlisa, the moderator of this presentation. We are from Group 4 and our topic is languages and variation. And the first presenter is Trihanisa Smita. Stay tuned.
Language changes. Language is always changing because people are always changing. New words appear, pronunciation shifts, and the way we communicate evolves over time. It is a natural process that happens as society grows. Historical of English. English itself has gone through three major stages. First, Old English, which looked very different from today English. Then, Middle English, when the Norman invasion brought many French words into the language. Finally, Modern English, when dictionaries and printing helped standardize how English is written and spoken.
Mechanism of change, how vocabulary changes in language. First, borrowing or loan words. Language adapt word from other language due to cultural contact. Examples, soprano, algebra, radio, and cookie. Second, coinage or creating new words. New words are formed through combining morpheme, blends, acronyms, and brand names. Examples, branch, scuba, and Kleenex. And third, vocabulary loss. Some words disappear over time because they are no longer used. Example, nay and phonographs. Fourth, semantic shift, change in meaning. A word remains in use but its meaning changes. Example, girl and meat. Fifth, dynamic vocabulary and slang vocabulary evolve with social trend. Slang can become standard language. Example, cool was slang but it now widely accepted.
Okay, for the next is phonology. Phonology is the study how that sound organized in a language. Sounds can be phoneme, which has changed meaning, or allophone is a different versions of the same song. And an English sound have a changing over time. Sound can be lost, added, or shifted between Old English and Modern English. For example, English lost the X sound like ch in the German base, and the English also gained the Z sound like z in the vision. This comes from France. Next is phoneme split. Phoneme split is when one sound split into two different sounds that create different meanings, like F and V.
Morphology and syntax. Language changes in their morphology and syntax over time. Irregular form can become regular, like past tense verbs and plural nouns in English. A language can also develop new forms, new tenses, new ways of asking questions, making negation, and showing grammatical rules. In Old English, nouns use case endings to show their function, so word order could be flexible. For example, suffix marked who was the subject or object, but later the case ending disappeared because of stress shifts and Scandinavian influence, causing English to lose flexible. Next slide. When case ending were lost, English switched to a strict word order to show meaning. Pronouns, however, still keep some old case form like who or whom and I or me. The main lesson is that language is never fixed. It changes to fit the needs of its speakers, and variation is a natural part of language.
Regional variation. This slide explains the regional variation occurs when language changes differently as group becomes parted and influenced by another culture. Creating new dialects, for example, Southern and Northern American English development differently. Dialect also vary in vocabulary, pronunciation, and morphology, such as pail, bucket, soda, pop, dropping, R, and the prefix and present English. Regional variation continue change. Dialect continue to change because of language context and natural evolution over time. Example, power shift in the US.
Okay, for the next is sociolinguistic variations. Language variation is influenced by region, social class, ethnic, gender, and context. People adjust their language based on their goals, using a standard English for social procedure or dialect for group solidarity, and the language is constantly changing and varying based on our communicative needs.
Language also reflects identity. For example, AAVA or African American Vernacular English has its own unique pattern shaped by history and culture. Other ethnic groups in the US also bring elements of their native language into the English they use. So, in short, language changes because people, history, and culture shape it every day.
The variation of continued change differ continue to the change because of a language context and the natural evolution over time. Example, value shift in the US such as the Northern Juicy voice shift and Southern Yusuf.
Okay, next material, language and gender. First, no separate dialect. Men and women do not have completely separate dialect. Social expectation influence how people react to language use. Second, command expectation. Women tend to use soft color word, expressive adjective, take question, indirect command, and standard grammar. Men more likely to use public profanity, direct command, non-standard grammar, and different vocabulary when talking to the opposite sex. Third, expectation versus reality. There are expectation and not actual use violating them. Example, women use profanity, men using soft color word can trigger negative judgment like being unlike or effeminate. Fourth, command expectation. Teachers should be aware of the judgment and help students understand how social reaction to language may affect them.
That's all for our presentation. If you have any question, you can text us in the WhatsApp groups. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.